Previously on the Premier League.
Arsenal strike back against the Toon. Southampton collapse. Wolves shocked to a draw. Back-to-back wins for Aston Villa. Brighton rue their chances. Brentford win away again. A big performance from Manchester City. Leicester put 4 past Watford. And a draw for Man United.
Hello people on YouTube and welcome back to another video on the channel. It's a different one. This video is not based around Newcastle. It's game week 14 predictions. And yes, that's what we'll be talking about. That's what this video will be based around. So we're going to kick off with the first fixture of the game week, which is Newcastle as they take on Norwich City. Now this is going to be a tight game. This. I think a lot of NUSC fans expected to be walking the park. No, I don't think it will be, because I think Dean Smith has looked, I think Norwich City have looked better than Dean Smith. I think they've looked more controlled. I think they had a bit of a shock win against, a shock draw against Wolves the other day. I thought they'd done quite well. I thought they created some big chances. If they put them away, then they've beaten them 2-0 there against a good Wolves team who look like they'll be competing for the top 6 this season. So that's slightly worrying. They've won a game we haven't. They've won back-to-back games we haven't. But I think we'll beat them 1-0. 1-0 the Toon. Haven't kept a clean sheet in 14 games, but they don't keep a clean sheet this game, so I'm going to go 1-0 Toon. Next game, Legionnaire versus Crystal Palace. Now, Leeds aren't the same Leeds as we've seen last season. We've seen Leeds get some cracking results last season. I mean, they beat Man City 2-1 with 10 men. They beat Leicester City 3-1. They thrashed West Brom 5-0. So, and you compare that to this season, there's nowhere near defensively woeful. Not as good as they were in attack this season. Patrick Bamford hasn't really been at it. But yeah, then you have Crystal Palace, who look different this season. Obviously had that massive win at the Etihad. Conor Gallagher's been some player for them. Defensively looked better. I'm going to go 1-1 this game for me. Next game we have Southampton versus Leicester City. Southampton just came off a battering 4-0 by Liverpool. And they've done that a couple of times this season. Southampton, they've had a couple of batterings this season. So I'm probably going to go with, I don't know. I mean, Leicester City have been Wolf at the back as well this season. By the way, they've only kept one clean sheet conceding. What is it, 23 goals or something on the lines of that. So I'm gonna go with for 2-0 Leicester City win. Yes. Moving on. Wolves as they take on Burnley. Now Wolves, they look good at the back. They do. They look like a team that can compete for the top 6 this season. Bruno Lage, he looks like a man who knows what he's doing. I think Wolves have got the 3rd or 4th best defence in the league, so they don't concede many goals. Do Wolves? I don't know how many clean sheets they've kept this season. How many has there been? 4 or 5? 3 or 4. But they're against Burnley. And Burnley are known for getting results. You've seen that with Chelsea this season. But obviously they've got the players to do it though, don't they? And they've got the manager to do it, don't they? You got Nick Pope, who's a fantastic goalkeeper, kept them in that game. Josie Sarswell for Wolves. I think I'm going to go with a Wolves win 2-1. 2-1 Wolves. But moving on, I've got Watford as they take on Chelsea. Now, Watford haven't kept a clean sheet all season. No, they haven't. Chelsea just drew 1-1 with Man United. Haven't really looked the same Man United this season. Obviously under new management now. Michael Carrick managed that game. But Watford have had some good results this season. I think Watford won 4 or 5 games. They beat Aston Villa 3-2, and that's the first Premier League game of the season. They beat Everton 5-2. They beat Man United 4-1. Some good results up there for Watford. But no, I think there's too much quality in that Chelsea team. I'm going to go 3-0 Chelsea. West Ham as you take on Brighton. West Ham, back-to-back defeats for them. So it's a bit of a funny one that I can't really see them losing 3 games in a row. Well, that wouldn't be like the West Ham I know, that I knew last season and I knew this season. So I think they'll win. I think they'll win 1-0 West Ham. I do, yeah. I don't think Brighton are. I think they're very overrated in attack. Or Brighton. I just feel like they have the final third, but they can't put away the chances. I mean, you see that chance against Leeds United. That was terrible. Neil Mopey, what was that? So, for me, 1-0 West Ham. Everton, I see take on Liverpool, the Merseyside derby. Which is obviously a massive game. Not just for Everton and Liverpool, but as a neutral and whatnot. Obviously, it's arguably one of the best derbies in the Premier League. And it's a fierce one. It was, I think, what was it? It was 2-2 last season. Then it was 2-0 at Anfield. Obviously, this is played at Goodison Park, which was 2-2. Calvert-Lewin scored. I think he scored a brace, did he not? So it could be a cracker. It could be a disaster. You've got to remember that Everton haven't won in, was it 7-8 games. Rafa Benitez, former team boss, has been getting a lot of stick recently, saying Rafa out. But I wouldn't put it past Everton to get a result out of Liverpool, you know. I know they've been on cracking form when they just beat Southampton 4-0, but I tell you what, don't get me wrong, they could get a result. But for me, I think Everton will put up a good fight, you know. I do. I thought they put up a good fight. I know they were on a different management last season under Carlo Ancelotti, but for me, I think they put up a good fight. I do. Rafa's old club as well, Liverpool. I'm going to see 2-1 Liverpool. That's what I'm going to say, 2-1. I think Everton will score, but I think Liverpool will win. Next, we've got Aston Villa versus Man City. Now, Aston Villa have won back-to-back games under new management, under Steven Gerrard. It's dream stuff, Steven Gerrard and Aston Villa. They've beaten Brighton 2-0, and they've beaten Crystal Palace 2-1. Man City have looked good this season as well. Not as good as probably last season. Had a couple of iffy results in there. Got beat by Tottenham on the opening day. Got beat by Crystal Palace. But no, I think it's Steven Gerrard's time to get beat here. Very sorry, Stevie lad. I'm going to say 2-0 Manchester City. Yes, I am. Then the last two, Tottenham as they take on Brentford. Now, Tottenham did have a game against Burnley over the weekend, but it got called off due to the snow and the weather. So Brighton have a bit of advantage because they've obviously played recently. Tottenham might be a bit stiff, and Tottenham have had, but yet again Tottenham have had a break, haven't they? So Brentford have a good away record. I think they do well away. I think they do better away than they do at home. Had some good away. They've had some good away wins this season. Beat Wolves earlier in the season 2-0. So Tottenham obviously won against Leeds 2-1. Great second half performance by them. I'm going to say 2-1 Tottenham. Yeah, I'm going to say 2-1 Tottenham. Sorry, Brentford fans. But I know they got beat by a team called Moura when they have a player called Lucas Moura. But no, I think that that the manager, Antonio Conte, obviously he's worked with Inter Milan, Chelsea, won the league with Chelsea. I think he'll click on, and I think they will win this game, and I think they will get back-to-back wins for Tottenham. And I'm going to see 2-1. No, that last game, but not least game, it's Man United. We take on Arsenal, and this game is a bit of a derby. This goes back to the golden generation of your Thierry Henrys, your Roy Keanes, your Patrick Vieiras. A very big game, this. Arsenal had a bit of a disaster start to the season. I don't think they scored in 3 games. Got their first win under Norwich. But under new, and obviously Man United under new management as well. But Arsenal for me, I mean, I think, don't get me wrong, I think Arsenal at the back are actually quite underrated. I do. But they were terrible against Liverpool. But the truth be told, though, they don't have a bad record against Man United. I think, what was it? What was that score last season? I think it was a 0-0. I think it was something else, I can't remember. Very sorry. But I think I feel 2-1 Man United. I think Arsenal will score. But I think it will be 2-1 Man United. I think they'll win it. And that's it. That's the Premier League predictions for Game Week 14. Hope you enjoyed. Hope your football team does well, gets the 3 points. And yes, I'll see you in a jiffy. Ta-ra.